So the place we're in at the moment is Chipping Norton, which is very close to a very famous farm that has been on the TV recently in a series. It's called Clarkson's farm.
Because I think they're quite funny.
The series Clarkson Farm started a couple of years ago, and I was never very keen on Jeremy Clarkson, but watching his series about farming has actually changed my opinion of him. He still has this bombastic attitude about things, but what Jeremy Clarkson has done for the farming community and putting Oxfordshire on the map is more than anyone else has done that I can remember. We stayed at the Fox in Chipping Norton, which is a lovely pub and restaurant, but we only just managed to get in there because since Jeremy Clarkson's series, most of the hotels and pubs, all accommodation is all booked up because everyone's going to visit his farm shop and his very interesting pub. Wherever you're staying in the Cotswolds or Oxfordshire, there are some beautiful villages and towns.
Well, this is the Farmer's Dog, and what used to be a pub is now turned into basically a tourist attraction.
The queue to get into the pub was about an hour at lunchtime, unless you'd booked. The farm itself is not open to the public, and its original name was Curdle Hill Farm, not Diddley Squat Farm. There's a lot of seating in the garden area, and most of the people were getting served from the huge tent. So when you're here, if you want to try the Hawkston beer, you're best to come to the tent. This is the Grand Tour tent that Jeremy Clarkson used in his other programmes.
All the meat looks very nice, but the ribeye steak is £61.80 a kilogram, and the rump steak is £34 a kilogram.
£61 a kilogram?
£61.80 a kilogram. Fillet steak is £89 a kilogram.
So we'll have 2 kilograms, shall we?
That's accommodation price as well, isn't it?
But this is locally sourced organic meat. So I was going to go and get a Hawkston lager, but unfortunately the queue goes right outside the door. But you can buy beers to take home. So if you pick out 4 beers of any type, they cost you £3 each. But they're only £3 each at the co-op, so you might as well buy them at the co-op. In fact, the co-op have got a special offer. If you buy 2, you only pay £5.50, so that's only £11 for 4.
So this is probably as close to Jeremy Clarkson as I'll get.
Because of all the queues, we decided to go to another pub to eat and drink, and it wasn't far away. So what do you think?
Lovely. Absolutely lovely.
So I got my Hawkston's lager, and this is the draft version of it at the pub here, the Three Horseshoes. £8 a pint, mind you. Not bad.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like any other lager. So as you can see behind me, it's the Diddley Squat Farm shop. It's probably one of the smallest farm shops I've ever seen. And the queue is 200 metres, I think, to get into it. I think only about 10 people can get in there at a time, so I don't think we're going to be bothering. But at the back of the farm shop is the Big View Cafe and Bar, serving brunch from 9:30 till 3. Burgers, pork sausage buns and smoked back bacon buns are on the menu. And you can try a Hawkston beer here, and there wasn't much of a queue here either. Later on at night, we decided to go back to the Farmer's Dog pub to see if it was any different from the chaos at lunchtime. No queues, and we've actually parked right next to the pub itself.
at the pub, you can see from the pumps the fabulous range of beers that they're doing.
So we're in the Farmer's Dog eventually, and to be honest, after about 9:30 at night, there's hardly anybody here, and it's lovely. And it is actually a really pretty pub.
And the 0% Hawkstone is actually pretty good. Good.
Is that Hawkstone? You sure?
Yeah.
It's nice to see all the hard work that everyone's put in to make this pub the way it is. And of course, we saw all of this on the TV series.
And apart from Jeremy Clarkson, there's a few other famous people who live around here, including Victoria and David Beckham, Simon Cowell, Hugh Grant, because it's a millionaire's paradise. Of course, there are a lot more towns in the Cotswolds to visit, which are also very pretty, like Stow-on-the-Wold,
with its very medieval looking architecture.
Morton in the Marsh,
and you'll always find some second-hand shops, art galleries and many antique shops too.
there's even a place selling antique Turkish carpets. Even some of the cars around here look like antiques. And if you're really interested in Hawkstone's beers, you can actually come to the brewery, which is near Bourton-on-the-Water.
And Bourton-on-the-Water is also renowned for the Cotswold whisky.
You never know what you're going to find, and there's some beautiful villages and lovely old pubs, and a lot of the nightlife here basically revolves around pubs.
And most of these towns have lovely cafes, restaurants and places to stay.
Of course, none of these places are very cheap, usually between 120 and 200 pounds a night, depending on the day and whether it's the weekend.
And I'll be looking at these towns in more detail in future programmes.
So that's it from the Cotswolds.
Don't forget to like,
Subscribe,
and hit that notification bell so you don't miss where we go next.
Thanks for watching.